What's good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. So we got a brand new one from one of New Jersey's most elite spitters, Ransom and Montreal producer Nicholas Craven, entitled Director's Cut 4. These two gentlemen joined forces back in 2020 and have crafted some real fire together ever since. Their chemistry on wax is undeniable. So the streets and fans of lyricism are always going to be amped for a new Ransom project in general, but the anticipation tends to be even higher when it's Nicholas Craven on the boards. Now, the two haven't collaborated for a full-length project together since about 2021, but Craven has still supplied Ransom with some production on a solo album. But before I say any more, I have to point out that at the moment, this project, Director's Cut 4, is not on streaming services. It may be at some point, but for now, it's only available through purchase on an app called Even. So it appears Ransom decided to go the route of Black Star and made his fans purchase this release through a separate app that isn't the most user-friendly, but hey, it is what it is. However, getting right into the project, it contains just 10 tracks lasting approximately 32 minutes. All instrumentals were provided by Nicholas Craven with the exception of two, that is The Last of Us produced by NY Vano and Across 110th Street produced by Fruition. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with this track by track breakdown. The opener, Rise of the Machines, has this epic motion picture-esque production that sounds suitable for the likings of Killer Priest. It's one very intense verse from Ransom. He states, "I'm top 3, but not 3 or 2 either. I'm probably as high as that man that spewed ether. And I go out with a bang like John Witherspoon, except with a spoon." He also does shed some light on his political views. Ransom makes it clear that he's neither a Democrat nor a Republican, and he's even willing to hear out the likes of Candace Owens. But yeah, solid opener. Now, truth be told, it might have my least favorite instrumental on the project, but it does have this epic last man standing feel that I think many will like. Track 2, War Dogs with Noir, has this sorrowful, soulful loop that's an effective backdrop for the two to get busy. Ransom has some really powerful and urgent lines directed at the youth that really sums up the dangers of them being caught up in that drill lifestyle. He states, "Told this youngin' once he stops spinning, he'll find a better balance. Had some talent, but he slid off the rails and it cost him. Grabbed his hammer, went drilling. Now it's nails in his coffin." Just real chilling imagery of how real it can get. Noir also came through with a sharp performance, showing no mercy with her braggadocio bars. Yeah, War Dogs does not disappoint. Track 3, They Live, is a 2-part song where Ransom does a biography of both Kyrie Irving and Kevin Samuels, the two very polarizing figures who have been demonized by some in the media and on social media. And Ransom highlights how both these individuals were sadly torn apart by their own kind. For the Kyrie Irving portion of the track, we get some warm, angelic soul vocals that are signature Nicholas Craven, and for the second half, the tone shifts to a more syrupy, mellow, and melodic one. But as a whole, I really dug the clever conceptual nature of this song. Afterwards is Minority Report featuring Talib Kweli and Raina Simone, and it's set to moodier, intense strings that feel very urgent. It's also a very socially conscious record where Ransom speaks on a litany of topics. Some include the death of the black man, gender wars, and how masculinity is viewed as toxic. Yeah, Ransom is an old school man's man. You can tell he's not with the soft Twitter stuff. Now, Talib Kweli has a decent feature, and I really dug hearing him on the same track as Duffle, but I think Raina Simone had the better feature verse. I'm not too familiar with her work, but I thought she killed her portion. Track 5, The Last of Us, has a laid-back, jazzy, and classy instrumental from NY Vano. It's thinking man's music where Ransom gets more philosophical. Some standout bars were, first we seen bracelets, then we seen handcuffs, told you dudes to man up, now you giving your man up, you ain't keeping it 1,000, now they breaking the band up, you'd be surprised who you can't trust. We also get some sharp spoken word on the back end from Black Chakra, but yeah, I'd have to say this producer NY Vano did a decent job. Track 6, Enemy of the State, is action-packed with swirling strings that feel mafioso, but also blaxploitation. And fans of technical lyricism will surely be elated because this one finds Ransom rapping alongside Kxng Crooked for the first time. And like expected, it's a complete bar fest. Track 7, Freedom, blends some dusty soul with a reggae-inspired hook. It's another contemplative track where Ransom ponders who is truly free in this life. I did like the following bars. You just acting out of script. I see another scene coming. Yeah, I seen it all before. That's why these dudes rerunning. He then goes on to talk about religion and politics with, you can't say you are free if you are a Democrat or Republican. And while this is his view, which is fine, I don't personally buy into that philosophy. Surely this idea of belonging to neither party has become increasingly popular in recent years. I even have friends like this. But I just don't think that this philosophy necessarily makes anyone any more enlightened, any more free, or any more intelligent. After this is Across 110th Street, produced by Fruition. The title and sonics here are bound to give you a strong 70s black cinema vibe. And I found this soul production from Fruition to actually be one of my favorites from the project. But here Ransom is painting a picture of the city life, the struggles of growing up under the streetlights. It's very vivid lyricism from Ransom, no doubt, and there's also a solid feature verse from Nick Grant, who is a very slept-on lyricist, so it was great to hear him on the same track with Ran. The second and last track is Manchurian Candidate, and it's backed by a glorious soul sample. It's another bar-heavy record where Ransom floats effortlessly across this illustrious beat. You are getting some quote-worthy bars from Ran and a dope backdrop from Craven. Then the project wraps up with Dark Waters, and it's set to a delightful, heavenly sample. And here it's like Ransom is desperately preaching these scriptures to save lives. He's speaking more on the broken family structure and how men are told that they're not needed. So Ransom is basically airing out all that he finds wrong with the current state of affairs, from sexual perversion to the media misleading. So Ransom can really be viewed here as this street preacher who is trying to navigate folks through this dark and treacherous water. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of 4 mics. At the moment, I do have this as my second favorite of the Director's Cut series, right after Director's Cut 3. In terms of the production, Nicholas Craven consistently delivers in providing very classy, warm, laid-back, soulful backdrops. Obviously, there is the minimal drum presence, which isn't out of the ordinary for a Craven-produced release, but I still enjoyed the bulk of the instrumental. And obviously, an MC as skilled as Ransom is going to take this style of production to the next level. And I feel like with Director's Cut 4, Ransom went into his political and socially conscious bag a little more than in recent memory. It was pretty clear where he stands on certain issues, but in the process, it seems like Ransom wants people to think for themselves instead of being boxed in by how the media would influence them to think. Favorite tracks include They Live, Minority Report, Enemy of the State, Across 110th Street, The Manchurian Candidate, and Dark Waters. Let me know what you thought about this project in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I'm signing out, but be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. As always, is peace and blessings. Ransom, Nicholas Craven, Director's Cut 4, 1.